here. So we are asked to find the 11th term in this sequence. What is going to be our 11th term in this sequence? So the first thing to do when looking at the sequence, right, is to first identify the common. It can be a common ratio, or it can be a common difference. Remember, guys, the reason I try to make this common clear is because I don't want you to find a ratio only, or I don't want you to find a difference only. I want you to find the common. A common ratio must be the ratio between -12 and 6 here must be the same with the ratio of 6 divided by -3, or the difference between term number 3 and term number 2 must be the same as our difference in term number 2 and term number 1. Then we can fully say which pattern is that. So let's start here. Let's try to find our common difference. We don't know which pattern is this. You must remember we're just trying. So we're going to say term number 3, which is 12 minus 6. So -12 minus 6 is going to be a -18. So term number 2 minus term number 1. So it's 6 minus 3. So that is going to be 6 minus. This is going to be a +9. So we don't get a common difference here. So that tells us it's not a arithmetic sequence that we are dealing with here. So our next thing we're gonna do, let's find a ratio now. If we say -12 divided by 6, so -12 divided by 6 is going to be, let's say, a ratio 10, 3 divided by 10, 2, which is -12 divided by 6. This will then give you a -2. That is a ratio of a term number 3 and term number 2. Remember, we are finding a common ratio. The ratio of a term number 3 and term number 2 must be the same with the ratio of term number 2 divided by term number 1. So our term number 2 is 6, and our term number 1 here is a -3. So 6 divided by -3, that is going to be a -2. So now we have a common ratio. It's very important. So now if we have a common ratio, we can then fully say this pattern is a geometric sequence because we have a common ratio there. So in a geometric sequence, we have this general nth term r -1. So to find, we're asked here to find term number 11 in this geometric sequence. So we're going to use our general term to determine what is the number in the position of term number 11 there. So in this general nth term, we don't know a, we don't know r, and n, but we are told n is 11 there. So let's use this sequence to find a and r. Remember, a A is your first value, which is a negative 3. A is a negative 3. And then R is your ratio, which we just calculated now, is your common ratio, which we just calculated now to be a negative 2. So what we're going to do from here, we're going to substitute these variables in our general nth term. So let's go and do that. This is minus 3 in the position of A and a negative 2 in the position of R, then n minus 1. So this is your general nth term, this one. This is your general So with this general nth term, guys, it's going to be very easy to find any number in this sequence. So in this question, we are asked to find the 11th term, term number 11. So what are we going to do? We will use this general nth term to find that term that is in the position of 11 by saying 11. You're going to substitute 11 in the position of n to find your answer, guys. It's going to be easy. Once you get to this stage, everything is going to be easy because you're just going to be substituting. That's it. So n, remember, we're going to put 11 in the place of n. So 11 minus 1 is going to be 10. So then this will give you what is the value of the 11th term. So guys, if you have a calculator, you can just punch that in a calculator for me. Then you will get a negative 3072. Then this is going to be your answer. Your 11th term is negative 3072. So 3070 minus 3072 will be here in the position of 11. So guys, I hope this is very clear to see. It's clear to to practice. You see, once you practice this thing, it's going to be very easy, guys, because once they say find the 11th term, you must know the first thing that you have to do, you have to come up with the general nth term, which is this one. To come up with the general nth term, you have to know the value of A, you have to know the value of R, then substitute. You come up with this general nth term. Then in the position of the term that they ask you to find, if they say maybe find term number 50 in this pattern, or term number 100 in this general sequence, the first thing you have to do, you have to come up with the general nth term. Then once you have this one, you're just going to substitute that term. Like here is term number 11, it can be term number 50, it can be term number 100. In the place of the term that they ask you to find, you substitute here in the place of n and here. Then you get what is the value of that term in the sequence, guys. So I hope this is clear to understand, right? So practice, guys, more questions like this as we are going to be going on. Make sure you ask where you don't understand. You can also find me on WhatsApp. I'll leave my WhatsApp on the description below. See you on the next one, guys.